everyone, welcome back to my craft room. I am Sandy, the Kentucky Crafter, if you are new, and welcome if you're new. I hope you subscribe and hit the notification bell and check out all my other videos. Today I am working on a journal, a spring-summer journal. I've finished up my winter journal, January, February, March journal, and you'll see a flip through of that journal on here real soon. So this one is going to be for April and May. I don't think I'll have it go into June. And this is kind of the color scheme that I'm going through, and I'll talk a little bit more about that in a few minutes. But first off, I'm just wanting to use this old envelope here, and it has these black little designs, if you will, and some lettering. So I just want to put a second coat on here. I'm just using some gesso and going to put another coat. Put one coat, and I thought that would be enough, and it might be, but because I'm going to cover it with this fabric, and then I'm going to do some sort of little cover with this fabric over top of that. So I'm going to go ahead, and I thought I would paint this real quick with you guys. And catch up with you all on a few things. So a couple things. One, the giveaway that I did, the person who won never contacted me. So I am going to draw another name, and I will be posting that soon. And then number two, for those of you all who have been subscribed for a while, know that I've had some issues with my eyes. So back in October, I had my right eye, my retina detached, and I had to have a vitrectomy, and that repaired my retina, reattached my retina, and that was successful. And that caused a cataract in my right eye. And so then in the beginning of March, I had cataract surgery on my right eye, and they told me that I also had the start of a cataract in my left eye. So they recommended going ahead and doing a cataract in that eye because my prescription would just be so far off between my left and right eye. So I had that cataract surgery, and that went well as well. They both my cataract surgeries went great. But then literally almost 2 weeks after the cataract surgery in my left eye, my retina detached in my left eye. And so that was extremely scary. So they immediately scheduled surgery and did surgery on my left eye. And so now, for those of y'all who aren't familiar, they have to, they put a bubble in your eye, a gas bubble, to help press the retina back against the inside of your eyeball to help get the retina to reattach to the eye. And so with that bubble in your eye, you can't really see very well. Everything is all blurry and distorted because of the bubble. So far, the checkups have been good. The retina is, laying flat, which is what they want. And then I have to keep my head kind of tilted down, you know, not 100% of the time, but the majority of the time. It's important to keep your head down to push the bubble up against the part where the retina detached kind of in the upper left hand back part of my eye. And then I have to sleep on my right side because then the bubble pushes up against the back left part of my eyeball. Or I can sleep on my stomach. So it's been, April has been insane. And then I also retired. So I had this happen, you know, right after I retired. So that was really bad timing, but it is what it is. To me, the positive is that I can just focus on healing my eye. I don't have to worry about work. So that's a good thing. So you can see I just went over this with the gesso to cover up all the lettering and the black pieces. So I'm going to set this over to the side and let it dry, and I'll kind of show you the papers that I'm thinking about using. So talk amongst yourselves for a minute. Oh, and that size of that envelope, it was actually bigger than this kind of standard, what size is this? It's about 12 by 9. So I just trimmed that bigger envelope down. It was longer. It was the same height, but it was longer. So I just trimmed it down to make it to this, it's basically, it's going to be 6 by 9, because I wanted to save this envelope for something else. And yeah, so anywho, that's kind of the update with my eye. So it makes crafting a little bit difficult. So I've been really down in the dumps, but I'm trying to just focus on taking care of myself and taking care of my eye. And I actually was feeling a little bit up to trying to make a little journal for myself. So I'm going to use this fabric, and I'm going to do a flip through or a haul video on the fabrics that I purchased. These are vintage fabrics, and I got them from, hold on, I'll tell you in the Instagram name if I can read it. It's April and Jules Vintage over on Instagram. And I'll do a little haul video on the vintage fabrics that I purchased, but this is 2 of them. And I just thought these would be really pretty for spring. And so I'm going to cover the envelope with this. And then I just love this fabric, but it wasn't quite big enough. It's, I think it's like 9 inches by 10 maybe, I believe. Or no. Yeah, about 9 inches. Oh, yeah, it is just like right at 9 by 12. So it wasn't, you know, I could probably just put it on, but it wouldn't cover up the envelope all the way. So that's why I'm using this fabric to cover up the envelope. And so I thought it would be really neat to try my hand at some sort of little, you know, journal embellishment, journal cover embellishment to put on top there, I think. So that's the plan. But this it's just so pretty. I think that I see a little blue in there, and I think I got some gesso on my shirt. Oh, it should wash out. The pink and the green, and the white, of course. So I'd love to make that the whole cover, but it's just not big enough. So what I think I'll be able to then just maybe make like potentially 4 different little covers to put on some journals, or maybe make some tags or pocket inside, something like that. So that's going to be the cover. And this is a little thin. That's why I went ahead and just gessoed the envelope, because I didn't want those little black bits poking through. And then I just went through my paper pad stash, and so I pulled out this one Because I was thinking about making this the cover, but then I decided to do the fabrics. But this might be the inside of my cover, so I might have this kind of be the inside and trim that down. So I think that's just such a pretty, it's not double-sided, so that's why I thought, and it has this little sheen on it, which I think I've decided that doesn't bother me. But because it's got the sheen on the back, this might work as the inside cover. And I'll probably trim some of this off down here, you know, and try to trim it up at a nice, you know, you look at, try to cut, yeah, see if I trim it a little bit here, then that'll be a really nice, you know, the top, kind of top of this and the bottom of that. I think that'll be nice. So that'll probably be the inside cover. And then I just pulled out some springy lavender pink and this greenish color paper to add in between. So I have that kind of greenish color. And then I love this paper. Now this one is white on the back, but I can stencil that up, so that's not a big deal. And I'm contemplating if I want to make this the center of the signature. So I haven't decided yet, but I love this paper. It's so pretty. I'll pull out the paper pads that I used and show those to you. And then this is a really kind of robin egg blue almost, I feel, is what you would call it. And I just thought that went nice. Now, I don't love this side of it with the rain boots. It's okay. So I might end up kind of covering more of this side up. But I really liked this side. And then, you know, you can see the pink and the lavender go nicely with that. I also pulled in, I have some avocado dyed doily I'll use, and then this is just from an old notebook, and I avocado dyed that. I did pull out some of this vellum, so I might put a piece of that in there. And I pulled this out. The colors, they complement fairly well, I feel. And so I haven't decided if I'm going to use this or not. And then, because this side's a little bit darker than my liking, so I'm not sure. But I went ahead and pulled that out of my stash. And then I pulled out a few napkins here. I think this one has more blues in it, but purpley blues. But I think that might work. And then I have these, you know, I'm not sure if I'll use this one or not, but I do like this one. So definitely this one and possibly the hydrangea. And then I pulled from another paper pad some just pretty springy pieces here. So I think I might use those as some decorating and cut these tags. I really like the tags. I'm trying to fussy cut. That's going to be a joy. And then I also pulled out this piece. I really like this cute little library card. And this sweet little girl. So probably use some of that for decorating. And then I pulled from the Daphne Diaries from last year, this April page. That would be nice to put in there. And that could even be on the inside cover as well, was a thought I had. So don't think I'm going to do that, but that was one thought. And then just pulled out some different scraps from the planner. And even though this is last year, I thought all of this around here was really cute. So I might, you know, I could cover a collage over this part of it, potentially. So anyway, so those are some of the embellishments. And then I have, where did I put them? Ah, here we go. And I'll probably pull in like a piece of ledger paper or school paper, some vintage papers like that. I think I'm going to make it about 10 pages is what I am going to make this one. And then I wanted to bring in a page from this book, Wildflowers of the World. And I got got this when I first started junk journaling, and I can't even remember where I found this, but I got a great deal on it, and they're just beautiful pages in here. You can see, if you'd want me to do a flip through, more extensive flip through of this, just let me know. The thing I like about it is there's only images on one side, so you know, if you want to use these as journaling cards and stuff like that, or tags, then you don't waste pretty pictures on this side. And then the other bonus is if you use it as a page in a journal, then you have a page to write on. And so I went through, you can see, I don't know if you can see these up here, but I put a bunch of scraps of paper. So I was thinking about this one here. I thought that complemented nicely with these papers and this one. So I'm kind of deciding between, I'm leaning towards this one, and because I think I'm just going to use one from here, because I'm already up to, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, yeah, so I don't think I need to use 2 from here, but isn't that pretty? Hopefully the lighting's okay today. Can y'all see that all right? Zoom in a little bit. Isn't that pretty? So I'll definitely, I think it's going to be that one. I don't know. They're both really pretty, but I think it'll probably be that one I showed you. And then I also had this book. And the thing I like about those big books is they're perfect, you know, really the right size. I just need to do a little bit of trimming. And then this book I did get, oh, I have it upside down. I got this at an auction, an estate auction. And I got this with several other books. And it's Birds of America. Now this one, there's pictures of the birds on both sides. And if you want to flip through this one, let me know as well. But I think I've decided to use this one. I think these pinks and the greens go nicely. And then on this side, I like this one as well. So I think this is the one I'd also picked out. This one here. So I mean, that's another really good option as well. And then there was, I think, one more. I mean, really, any of these pages would be really pretty. And then this one here. And it, yeah, this green. And then I think there was one more. Yeah, this one. I mean, they're all so pretty. So I don't think I'd go wrong with any of them. And then I'll trim it down just a little bit, but it's pretty close to the right size when you fold this up here. Just need to do a little bit of trimming on the height and the width. Okay, so that's where I am right now. I need to let that Mod Podge dry on the envelope. And the other thing, after I trimmed it, what I did was then just glue the part that I trimmed off shut. So I'll show you real quick. I mean, it dries pretty quickly. But so I just trimmed it here, and then I just glued that part shut. So then I have perfect 9x6 or 9x12. So I think that, I don't think it'll show through the fabric as easily now. I think I'll be in good shape. I'm going to let it dry just a little bit more. I hope you all have been doing well. Let me know what y'all have been up to. I'll go ahead and trim these pages down. So I think these are going to be the right size. So I don't need to trim those. But I will trim this down. So I just need to trim this down to 9 height-wise. Right, so this is the, yeah, so we're going to 9 inches here. And actually, I want to go a little bit shorter, don't I? Yeah. So I think I'll go 8 3/4. Oh, and y'all, I just changed out my blade in this, and it's cuts like butter. So if you haven't replaced your blade lately, I highly recommend it. And then this one, I wanted to cut a little bit off the bottom here. And then I want to cut that. So I want this to be about, so I want this to be the inside. So I will need to trim the width down a little bit. And the height. Okay, so we'll make that about 8 3/4 also. Right. I think that'll be good. And then this one. To 8 3/4. Right. Yeah, this is I guess my first full week of retirement, and it's absolutely awesome. I really like it. Yeah, the other thing that kind of happened between my 2 cataract surgeries is my back went out on me, and I was in bed for a week. It was horrible. So that's the other thing I'm doing, is I'm really working on getting my back in shape. I went to physical therapy a few times. I'm going to keep going once my eye is doing a little bit better. But I've been continuing and doing all the exercises at home. And they're really helping tremendously. So it has been quite a minute. Tell you what. Yeah, we're supposed to leave for Seattle the beginning of May, and now I can't go because you can't change elevation while you still have this bubble in your eye. So I'm super sad about not being able to go see my daughter. But the bubble will be gone soon enough. But that was, I tell you what, after that second cataract surgery went really well. I didn't realize how much stress I had been under since last October because of my eyes. And to have this happen, it was a rough few days. I was really down in the dumps, and I'm trying to stay positive and not be down in the dumps, but it's been hard. It's been really hard, I'll be honest. But I've been doing some praying, and I think that is helping. Feels good to get back in here in the craft room. Okay, I'm not going to fold this one yet in case I am going to end up using that for the inside cover. I definitely want to cover this side up. I don't love the boots. But I figured I can collage over that. Lots of different options. That'll be the cover of my signature, I've decided. And then I'll pull out some ledger paper. And some music paper. So I think that'll be nice. So we have that. I'm not so sure about those two colors together. So that's probably going to change. Probably put a ledger paper there. And then I need to cut out the papers from those two books. Yeah, that might work. I'll put in the flower page and the bird page. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and ledger paper. And then I thought this might be fun to use as a pocket and cover it all up. Collage over that. I think I might paint over it first. Maybe use my jelly plates and then put that in there. And then trim this side off. I'll either trim it off the edge or trim it off the top. Make a pocket. Alright, I am going to stop. Oh, I could use the paint over it and then put the napkin over it. Oh yeah, that might be pretty. Alright, so I'm going to stop here for today. Just kind of wanted to show you what I've started to work on next. Next video, I'll get the cover put together and then kind of show you the rest. I'll get the rest of the pages together and then we'll get it sewed up. All right. I hope y'all are doing great, and it's nice to get back on here. And again, thank you for all your support and prayers. And if you're new, make sure you check out all my other videos. I have several different tutorial videos on making little golden book junk journals and also just regular hardbound and softbound journals. So make sure you check those out. And then I also like to do crafts using my Cricut die cutting machine. So you can check that out as well. All right, I will see y'all here on the next video. Love y'all.